WUSA 9 News at 5 starts right now with the latest on Hurricane Milton. This powerful storm is barreling toward Florida. Milton is expected to make landfall near Tampa late tomorrow or early Thursday, and it's expected to be the worst hurricane to hit that area in more than a century.
People across the Sunshine State are busy preparing for Milton. We have seen long lines at gas stations. That is Sandbag distribution site right there. And some gas stations have already started running out of fuel. But time is running out for millions of people in the storm's path to get to safety. You can see all that traffic there as mandatory evacuations are in place along the western coast of Florida. And then check out this video. This is bumper to bumper traffic right now in the Orlando area.
Yeah, and here's a live look right now at conditions in Key West. While Key West is not expecting a direct hit from Milton, it is the closest camera we have to that storm right now. Thank you for being here with us on TV and streaming on WUSA 9+. I'm Lorenzo Hall.
And I'm Leslie Foster, and we just got an update on Milton from the National Hurricane Center in the past couple of minutes. Let's get right to meteorologist Caitlin McGrath. You've got the latest information.
That's right, you guys. And Milton is back up to Category 5 strength with sustained winds of 165 miles per hour, gusting up to 200. This is something we expected. This is the satellite imagery from throughout the day today. And you can see earlier this morning, the eye wall really clouded over, but just in the past several hours, becoming more and more defined, a sign of a strengthening storm. And that's exactly what we saw with the latest advisory. So right now, a Category 5, still forecast to be a Category 5 as we head through the overnight hours. Now by Wednesday afternoon, a Cat 4, and then approaching the Florida Gulf Coast as a major Category 3 hurricane by early Tuesday morning. The storm continues to slow down and scoot south. This is the updated track, and you can see the center of that storm now passing to the south of Tampa Bay. That is a much better solution for Tampa. That keeps the strongest surge, the highest surge to the south, but that is bad news for areas like Sarasota, Port Charlotte. Now expecting to see the strongest part of Milton as it moves onshore overnight and during the pre-dawn hours of Thursday. Again, that landfall time is really concerning because the worst of the weather will be while so many folks are trying to sleep. But I do like the trend to slow the storm down. That gives us more daylight hours as the storm pushes across the Florida peninsula. And again, you can see the shift farther south with that entire track. Now by Thursday afternoon, thankfully, this storm is going to move really quickly across the Florida peninsula. It's still a Category 1 hurricane by Thursday afternoon as it moves back into the Atlantic, and then it will continue to weaken as it passes south of Bermuda over the weekend. But cannot emphasize enough, the track will change. We already saw that scoot to the south with the most recent advisory, and notice how many of our spaghetti plots still take the center of that storm farther south over Sarasota, even some as far south as Punta Gorda. You really need to check back in here over the next several days as we continue to get more information in and can really fine-tune the exact track and impact of Milton. We'll have much more on the hour-by-hour timing of this storm and a closer look at our local forecast coming up in just about 15 minutes.
All right, Caitlin, we'll see you then. Right now, our weather impact team coverage of Hurricane Milton continues, and tonight, time is quickly running out for people in the storm's path to prepare their homes and evacuate.
Yeah, and Tampa's mayor issued a dire warning this morning to people thinking of staying behind. Quote, "You are going to die." My mobile forecast is in Orlando, where last-minute preparations are underway.
It's a race to evacuate in Florida, with Hurricane Milton closing in on Tampa Bay.
They say it's going to be biblical, so we were going to stay, but I don't want to take the chance.
Bradley Sprague had a message for his neighbors as he boarded up his home on Minnesota Key.
Get somewhere higher ground, because this is not high ground.
Residents there and in other coastal communities like Newport Richey are still working to clean up debris from Hurricane Helene.
Everything's projectile out here right now because everybody's house is on the front yard.
With Milton fast approaching, crews in the state have been using dump trucks to haul away what they can.
All day today, it's going to continue, and into tomorrow until it's no longer safe to do so.
Further inland, in cities like Orlando, residents are filling bags to shore up their homes, and other Floridians are looking for a safe haven. I can tell you that the hotels in this area are all basically sold out. People are coming here with their pets, food, medication. You can imagine the same thing is happening at many of the shelters that have opened up.
This could be the worst storm to hit Florida in over a century.
President Biden discussed Hurricane Milton emergency preparations from the White House.
I've spoken to all the political leaders in the region, some of them more than once. I've told them anything they ask for, they can get.
He's postponed a planned overseas trip to monitor the storm's impact. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Orlando.
Well, trying to escape Hurricane Milton by air may be out of luck. Airlines have been canceling flights to and from airports in the storm's path. Tampa International Airport shut down earlier this morning, and Orlando International Airport is set to suspend operations tomorrow. Get this, nearly 500 flights at both airports have been canceled so far today. And those numbers, of course, are only expected to rise. Our Michaela Lucero joins us live tonight from Reagan National Airport. And Michaela, you spoke to people who were lucky enough to get on one of those last flights out of the storm zone. What are they telling you?
Yeah, that's right, Lorenzo. I did check in with quite a few people who were getting into Reagan National from Orlando. I talked to some people from Fort Myers, and they were all just so grateful to be able to have gotten out of that area. I spoke with a lady named Philo, who she lives in West Palm Beach, so on the other side of the Florida Peninsula. However, she's got quite a few friends who live in the Tampa and Sarasota areas, and she told me she's a little worried that they're not going to evacuate. Here's what she had to say about her friends, as well as what it was like going to the airport this morning.
I have a friend over there, and she's lived there for a while, and she's staying put. She can't stand the idea of evacuating. So I'm a little nervous. I know. I just spoke to a girlfriend a moment ago who's in Miami, and she's going to stay there. So we'll just see.
What was it like trying to get out of Florida earlier today?
Actually, it was very deserted. The streets were deserted, still raining. It had been raining for 3 days, but everybody was inside, I think, away from the rain and away from the horror stories. The airport itself was very crowded, bustling. People were all trying to get out. So thank goodness I got out. I was going to stay till tomorrow, and now I tell that the airports may be closed. So that would be bad.
So you can see on the departures board behind me the flights to Florida that are canceled and or delayed. And I actually was speaking with an FAA certified aviation meteorologist earlier today, and I asked what the impact to other flights across the United States will be with all of these cancellations. And she told me that a lot of the airspace in Florida, the place that the planes fly, that's going to be closed down. And she compared it to a highway. Think of a major interstate that's closed down. You'll have to find another way to get where you need to go, which will cause congestion on other roads. So even though your flight might not be going through Florida, it might get delayed from airplanes that are stuck in Florida. So keep that in mind. As we always say at the airport, pack your patience, but you might see some delays for other flights over the next couple of days as the airspace in Florida is going to be closed for at least the next 24 to 48 hours. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio from Reagan National Airport. I'm meteorologist Michaela Lucero, WUSA 9.
Yeah, we know patience is key over the next couple of days. Michaela, thank you. And our weather impact team will be staying on top of Milton in the days ahead. Streaming right now on WUSA 9+. We have live coverage from Florida and extended weather updates. You can also download WUSA 9+ for Roku, Fire TV, and most streaming platforms.